have some new shape cutters. So let me grab these. There's 5 in total.
I'm still trying to do technology.
So the first one we've got is, so this is the 45 degree. So what it does, there's channels in here, and we are going to cut some to show you. So this is cutting, you can either cut a triangle with it, or you can cut a 45 degree diamond of the various sizes. And I say we'll go through some shortly and cut them. So that's the 45 degree. And then we've got the 60 degree, so I'll just turn it around there so you can see it at the same angle. And this is the same concept. You can cut, so this is going to be equilateral triangles, or it's going to be 60 degree diamonds. And then we've got this one. I know you're not supposed to have favourites, Lizzy, but
oh, that's my favourite.
Yeah,
and the tumbler.
It's a hexagon.
Yeah.
So, but obviously you can cut half hexy in the 4 different measurements as well, or you can cut one hexagon. And so we're going to show you how.
Yes, definitely.
And then we have the circle or a semicircle. So whichever one you want. And I've got one more to show you. And the other thing that we've got as well is if we've got our 28mm rotary cutter, which is perfect for these.
Yeah.
And this one here is the tumbler. So we've got, again, the 4 different sizes, and you can cut the half tumbler or the full tumbler. So let's cut some of these out. So
I have to say, you go first.
I
have to say, I had a little play with these the other day. I love them. And my big top tip is stick to your 28mm, because the circle, you do need to use the 28mm rotary cutter with the circle. You can use your 45 without a shadow of a doubt on all of the others, but definitely not the circle. That's the only thing I would say to you. You need the small, because you're going around that the shape, obviously. So you need the 2, but it doesn't matter on all of the shapes. If you could do everything with the 28mm, but actually the 45 is going to be quicker. But it's up to you, isn't it? What are you going to use anyway? You worked out.
So I'm going to use, so this is the So Retro fabric.
Oh, I love that
the Riley
So
Blake.
Retro. I wish I could do
fabric.
technology.
I love Riley Blake fabric. So I'm doing this one, I'm doing the 45 degree. So now, what can I put behind that's going to show it up better?
Piece of paper?
Or the...
Do you want a piece of paper?
Oh, I've got some paper
got some
here.
Paper there?
Yeah, 2 seconds. So that'll show the marks up better.
Yeah.
Because say what it's got those grid lines in, but there's like an overhang.
Yes.
Can we see, if we see there?
You've got a dash line and a solid line, haven't you?
So we've got the placement line here, and the placement line is where you put it on the fold of your fabric, and then you use your shape. And then up here, this one looks a bit like a tent, doesn't it? Or
yes,
TP.
Yeah.
So this is the TP one. We're going to rename them. And what that's for is, so when your blade's going through through that groove, it goes over the edge, so it cuts clean over the edge. And then underneath, we've got the dashed line, and we've got the measurements for the shapes. Now, what the dashed line is, so if you want to cut a diamond but in 2 different colours, say, you want to give yourself a 1/4 inch seam allowance.
Yes.
So by cutting it at there, when you join it together, you'll get the full-size diamond that you wanted.
Good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have to say, they were absolute genius when they worked these out. I was absolutely thrilled. Because obviously we hear about things coming along the pipeline, and it's like, yeah, okay, we'll deal with that when it comes, and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes we don't think enough about how these things are going to change the way we actually stitch and craft. And to be honest, these are an absolute game changer. And certainly I found them the easiest thing to use. I didn't have to think, which is always a bonus.
That's it, because once you've got them and you look at them, it is self-explanatory. It is.
Yeah.
And I say we have got, on the back of the packaging as well, let me just show you the back, you've got the instructions on there as well.
And I've written down the sizes for myself.
Yeah.
That's my crib sheet. I need all the help I can get. But so which one is this, the 60 or the 45?
So this is the 45.
Right, okay.
And what I've done, the reason why I've got it on an angle on my mat, obviously because I'm left-handed,
Oh, yeah.
and because we sat together as well, and if you're at home, you're going to be standing up possibly or cutting,
Yes.
or have a rotating cutting mat as
Yes.
well. Because
I do recommend that.
They work really well.
Yeah.
But so I've just got a bit of an angle just so we get a cut. So because of the strip of fabric I've got here, I wanted my diagonals going that way. So I'm going to cut this one here. So if I go down to here, I can see that's going to be a 3.5 inch.
Yeah.
And because I'm on the fold,
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's true.
I'm placing that line on there.
Yeah.
So I've got here, so this is our 28 mil. If I get the 45, just for comparison, so you can just see the difference in there.
Yeah.
So there's no difference in the quality of the cutting.
Oh, no, not
or the
at all.
sharpness of the blade.
No.
It's just that it's a smaller blade, especially like Lizzy was saying, for going around the,
It's perfect.
the circle for the corners.
Yeah.
So like your normal rotary cutting, and what happens is when your blade's going in, it'll just slot. It just slots in.
Yeah, it does. There's no
Just
effort
slot
to
in.
it at all.
So you're going in there, up there, and it goes over to the end, and it stops you anyway.
Yeah.
Because you've got to there.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to angle
shift around
along a little bit and go
because
up to the other side. But can you see I'm not having to move my ruler?
Yeah, and I think if you had a rotating mat,
Yeah.
that would definitely assist you.
Yes.
Or if you're not cuddled up to somebody like me, sat right next on almost on your knee, you find it a lot easier.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the big reveal.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that.
Look at that!
Move that out the way.
You've got the perfect diamond. Perfect diamond. And of course you could have cut that on the single layer of fabric and stitched two different halves together and all sorts.
Yeah.
You think about the different designs you'd come up with.
Yeah,
It's
fussy
awesome.
cutting, you can do anything, because obviously
Super.
it's see-through as well. You know.
I'm just thinking these are new as well, aren't they? I mean, my goodness me, I'm getting a bit super excited.
These
about
are
everything.
these are super, super, super new.
Yes.